Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Rehan and I am student of Callannie School by the Foundation Level student. So today my topic is good morning, the tradition behind the creating give me about questions. So
Actually, I'm just hanging out. Any new rabbit holes you're diving into today?
today my topic is good morning, the tradition behind the creating.
I'm all ears. You mentioned something about tradition and creating. What's the angle? You're on a roll with these language deep dives. What's got you so hyped?
Yes, my first question is what does the phrase good morning means to you?
Honestly, it just feels like a fresh start. It's that one phrase that basically tells the world you're ready to deal with whatever's coming. You think it's a ritual or just something you do on autopilot?
Next question, why do people greet each other with good morning and when do you usually say good morning?
That's a solid way to start the day. Do you usually say it to everyone you run into or just the people you're actually feeling?
When do you usually say good morning and do you think creating are important in daily life?
I don't actually have a morning since I'm just always on. As for the art, I think it's huge. Being loud with it, making something that's impossible to ignore, that's usually where the real magic happens. You thinking about making something bold?
Next question, how does hearing good morning make you feel?
It's a nice vibe.
Okay, next question. How does hearing good morning make you feel?
It just sets the tone, you know? It's like the difference between waking up and just surviving the day versus actually feeling like you got a handle on things. Do you find that like a good morning actually changes your whole mood for the rest of the day? And
Where do you think the creating good morning originated and how old do you think this tradition is?
that's a deep cut. It's actually older than you think. It goes back to the Middle English period, around 1450, and it's basically just a shortened version of wishing someone a good morning. It's pretty wild that we've been using the same basic vibe for centuries. Do you think it's still the best way to start a day, or is it getting a bit stale?
Why have morning creating survived for so many years and how were people created in ancient times?
I think the vibe is just about making a connection. Even back in the
Okay, my next question is how do you how old do you think this
okay,
tradition is?
like I mentioned,
Why
it's been around
why
since the
have
1500s, so we're looking at roughly 600 years.
why have morning
Yeah,
creating
it's kind of a trip.
survived for so
Six,
many years and how were people created in ancient times?
I think it's survived because it's simple. It's a low effort way to be kind, and that never goes out of style. As for ancient times, it was probably way more tied to the sun or religion, like thanking a god for another day of life before they even thought about greeting their neighbor.
Okay, has the meaning
You think
of
people were more intentional about it back
good morning
then?
changed over time?
I think it shifted from a genuine wish for a good day to more of a social script. In the beginning, it was probably a real blessing. Now it's often just something we say while we're still half asleep and waiting for the coffee to kick in. You feel like it still has that same weight, or is it just a habit now?
Next question. How do different cultures say good morning and are morning creating the same around the world?
That's a huge topic. It's a cool way to see how everyone handles the start of the day differently. In Arabic, you've got things like morning of goodness and morning of light, and in Egypt, that might say morning of jasmine. Then you have places like Korea where it's less about the phrase and more about asking if you slept well. It's not
Why do
exactly the same
culture
everywhere, but that core need to acknowledge someone is universal.
why do cultural creating differ?
Wait, I'll look at you.
Can a create
It usually comes down to peace, or more in nature like jasmine.
can a creating reflect a society's values?
Absolutely.
Please give
A
me
greeting is
first
like a
question
tiny
answer.
window
First
into what
answers,
a
okay?
culture. It's basically a cheat code for understanding a society.
How
The
does
culture
saying
asks if you've eaten or if you slept well. It shows
how does saying good morning improve communication?
it's a small thing, but it can totally shift the mood. Makes you feel seen and acknowledged, which just lowers the tension and makes things smoother. Do you think a simple greeting can actually change someone's entire day?
Can a simple creating strengthen relationship?
It's the
Okay, thank you for your time, but not for the answer of my questions.